Imagine dusty roads, tumbleweeds rolling by, the distant echoes of gunshots, and saloon pianos. It was a time when the golden glint of the setting sun marked not just the end of a day, but the beginning of another night without the conveniences of modern cleanliness. In the mid to late 19th century, the American frontier was an emblem of possibilities, the roar of the gold rush and the echoes of the cowboys' galloping hooves. But amidst the romanticized tales of adventure, gunfights, and gold, there lies a lesser-told story. The story of hygiene, or rather, the lack of it. Would you believe that some of the habits considered normal back then might make you cringe today? Welcome to Pastflix. Weekly wash. Wild West's water woes. In the rugged terrain of the Wild West, bathing was not a daily luxury, but rather a weekly ritual. Men, women, and children alike would typically take showers just once every 7 days. And here's a wrinkle to that already startling fact: they often bathed in water that had been previously used by another family member. Most men of this era had a particular aversion to frequent baths. When journeying or away from home, they would seize the chance to bathe only if they stumbled upon a river or creek. These natural water bodies provided a dual opportunity, not only for a rare full-body wash, but also to launder their garments. Of course, this was contingent on the weather. Nobody was keen to take a dip during the chilly seasons. The idea of immersing oneself in water daily might feel intrinsic to our modern routines, but it's a relatively recent development in the grand tapestry of human history. The routine of daily bathing emerged from the Enlightenment era in the 18th century. Before this period, even society's most affluent members wouldn't dare to shower every day, considering it unnecessary and in some cases detrimental to health. The intense aromas that dominated saloons and streets. In the era of the Wild West, body odor wasn't just tolerated, it was embraced as a natural aspect of human existence. Prevailing beliefs held that bathing was more harmful than helpful. The notion was that a freshly scrubbed skin would expose open pores, becoming a magnet for germs and bacteria, thereby inviting diseases. By this logic, abstaining from frequent baths was seen as a health-preserving choice. While this may seem odd by today's standards, it gave the Wild West a distinctly aromatic ambiance. The robust scent of an individual, especially of men, who would go days or even weeks without bathing due to their nomadic, horseback-bound lifestyles, was potent and unmistakable. Even when cowboys dismounted to enter a saloon or any other establishment, their horses, equally fragrant from long journeys, remained outside. Yet the powerful bouquet of odors accompanied the cowboys indoors, a testament to their strenuous outdoor life. Over time, this aversion to water and cleanliness took its toll. Skin layered with grime and sweat became a breeding ground for fungal infections, particularly in areas like the armpits, groin, buttocks, and feet. And adding to this unhygienic mix was their lack of hand washing. Cowboys would often eat with the very hands that had scratched various itches or tended to their horses, further blurring the lines between cleanliness and daily living. Corn cobs and newsprint, the Wild West's shocking bathroom essentials. Here in the modern era, the very idea of running out of toilet paper can induce panic, but journey back to the Wild West and you'll find a bathroom scene that would leave many of us incredulous. Before the widespread adoption of manufactured toilet paper, two unconventional materials reigned supreme: corn cobs and old newspaper pieces. The corn cob, rough in texture and rather rigid, was seen as an effective and readily available option. In many households, they were the go-to solution repurposed after a meal. But of course, the method wasn't without its flaws. Not only was the cob's abrasiveness uncomfortable, but its use also ran the risk of causing skin irritations or infections. The newspaper, on the other hand, offered a slightly softer experience, but its ink could easily smudge and transfer. Beyond the immediate aftermath of smudged thighs and hands, there were concerns about the chemicals in the ink leaching into the skin, potentially leading to health complications. Continuous clothing chronicles. In an age where many of us have the luxury of deciding between an array of outfits each morning, it's a startling dive into history to realize that inhabitants of the Wild West often wore the same clothes for days, weeks, or even longer. That's right, the Hollywood depictions of sharpshooters and rugged cowboys donning crisp attire are more fiction than fact. In reality, these iconic figures might have strutted around in the same grimy ensemble until the fabric nearly disintegrated. Wearing the same clothes wasn't just a sartorial choice, it was a survival tactic. Resources were scarce, and laundry was a labor-intensive chore. However, the implications of this practice were far from benign. These continuous wears led to clothing becoming a breeding ground for lice, fleas, and other parasites. The risk of skin diseases heightened, and the pervasive odor became a standard accepted aspect of daily life. Notorious outlaws like Billy the Kid or Jesse James might have been feared for their deeds, but imagine the added intimidation of an overpowering stench. Fast forward to our present day, and it's evident how the conventions of hygiene and fashion have evolved dramatically. While the resilience and hardiness of Wild West denizens are worthy of admiration, it's a stark reminder of the challenges they face daily. It underscores how something as seemingly trivial as changing into a fresh set of clothes can be a significant marker of progress and well-being. Urine as laundry detergent. While today's laundry rooms are equipped with fragrant fabric softeners and high-efficiency detergents, a dive into the annals of history reveals a startlingly different scenario. In various cultures, including in parts of the early American frontier, fresh urine wasn't just waste, it was a sought-after laundry detergent. This might sound like a tall tale, but the ammonia-rich nature of urine made it a potent cleaner, deemed effective for tackling stubborn stains and grime. The ancient Romans were pioneers in this regard, collecting urine in public urinals to be used in fulling mills, effectively bleaching and cleaning garments. As the practice trickled down to the Wild West, settlers without access to modern amenities found utility in this age-old method. However, relying on urine as a detergent brought its array of challenges. Apart from the obvious olfactory offense, the lingering salts and compounds could weaken fabrics over time. Moreover, continuous exposure risked skin irritations for those wearing these cleaned clothes. Flash to the present, and the thought of using urine in our laundry routines is nothing short of revolting. However, it stands as a testament to human ingenuity and adaptability in the face of scarce resources. The progression from urine to ultra-clean detergents is not just about improving hygiene, but also the relentless human quest for better, healthier living conditions. The unsightly vessels of the Wild West. In the era of the Wild West, amid the sounds of clinking glasses and bustling saloons, there lay a less glamorous fixture: the spittoon. Found in nearly every establishment from barbershops to banks, these containers weren't mere decor. They held an unsavory mix of chewed tobacco and saliva. Gregorio Duval Hucas, in his revealing book A Brief History of the Wild West, notes that many saloons weren't content with just one or two of these vessels, they had them peppered across the floor. In a bid to manage the excessive salivation exacerbated by the intense heat, some establishments even spread sawdust across their floors. However, this makeshift solution did more harm than good. The combination of saliva and sawdust transformed these venues into thriving hubs for harmful germs and bacteria. The very floors of these establishments became inadvertent agents of disease transmission, facilitating the spread of ailments like tuberculosis and pneumonia. Imagine, weary travelers would unknowingly bed down on these tainted surfaces in taverns, risking their health with every breath. Recognizing the burgeoning public health crisis, authorities eventually clamped down on this unsanitary practice. The repercussions were severe. Violators faced fines up to $500, imprisonment for a year, or in some dire cases, both. Today, the idea of a communal vessel for discarded tobacco and spit seems almost otherworldly in its repugnance. Yet it serves as a vivid snapshot of the lengths society went to accommodate habits and the unforeseen consequences of those accommodations. The grit and gauze of Wild West women. In today's world of ultra-absorbent sanitary pads and tampons, it's easy to forget the historical struggles women endured in managing their monthly cycles. Venturing back to the times of the Wild West, the options were both limited and rudimentary. Women, demonstrating adaptability and resilience, crafted their sanitary solutions using strips of old cloth. These makeshift menstrual pads, though resourceful, were far from the efficient products we recognize today. While some historical records on this intimate aspect of women's lives are sparse, snippets from diaries and letters hint at the challenges. Washing and reusing cloth strips was a laborious and often inconvenient process, especially during travels or in locales where water was scarce. Moreover, these pads lack the absorbency of modern products, leading to discomfort, potential staining, and the risk of infections. The constant reuse and inadequate cleaning methods could result in ailments that women of that era had little knowledge about or means to treat. The evolution from handmade cloth strips to modern sanitary care products underscores a broader narrative about women's health and well-being. Today's conveniences, born out of centuries of silent endurance and ingenuity, reminds us of the hardships faced by women of yesteryears. Their experiences also serve as a testament to human adaptability and the relentless pursuit of better solutions even in the face of adversity. This is Pastflix, and we'll see you next time.